Hello and welcome to the channel. And today's video is going to be a look at this custom Batman from the DC Multiverse from McFarlane Toys. This specific Batman is based off of the 2-pack of Batman that came with the Bat Raptor. But that Batman is specifically, excuse me, that Batman is specifically the use the Hush mold, but this custom still uses pieces from another figure, which is the Three Jokers Batman. Mainly just the upper chest. Everything else pertains to the figure as it was released, and obviously also the addition of the cloth cape. Nothing was repainted except for the gray. I just wanted the gray to match throughout the figure, since the gray used for the figure as it was in the 2-pack, the gray is a little darker. And I have the figure right here. So this is the upper body of the original release, and as you can see, even on this still again, this is the Three Jokers Batman. So you can see the difference in the gray. Right, this has like a slight greenish tint to it. This is just basically gray. You can see how I removed how you can see how the cape is attached to this thing, which is right here. So anyway, you can see how this gray would not have matched with the gray on the suit, but regardless, I still would have repainted the entire gray on the body to match what I was going for, which is basically what if Jim Lee drew Batman in the 80s and the 90s. So Batman, during that period, he was still using the yellow oval bat symbol, right? But the blue had switched from that 70s color palette. You know, basically think of the original superpowers that had like a powder, not a powder blue, but it's a lighter blue. And that 70s Batman had that tinge of light blue. If you've seen my recent my customs for the from the release of the Nightfall Batman, my custom of that one, and my ultimate quote unquote McFarlane Todd McFarlane version of Batman, I used that color scheme because it was still using that light blue during the early to mid 80s, and then around the mid to late 80s and early 90s they switched over to a darker blue, which is pretty much the version of the Nightfall Batman that was the Comic-Con exclusive. Right, they went with a darker blue and a slightly darker gray. However, the gray that I used on my custom is still a little even darker than that. But basically, this is what I was going for: a modernized version, a Jim Lee version of this Batman. So let me pull this guy a little bit closer so you can see him. Again, so one of the things that I managed to switch up from the original Hush mold that they used for this release is that I did give him the belt that was originally on the Three Jokers, which is reminiscent of the old, well, not the old, well, it is old, the 1989 Tim Burton Batman. The Michael Keaton Batman. So that belt was loosely designed around that version. So the original release had the pouch belt, and I thought, well, since I'm going for Jim Lee's version of that old style version of Batman, so I decided to switch out the pouch belt and give him the belt with the capsules, right? Because that's more accurate to that era of Batman. One other thing that I did, just by applying heat, was to his to the blades on his gauntlets. I just applied heat and bent them backwards, right? Because these were sticking out sideways. As you know, Batman's the blades on his gauntlet usually go downwards on the lower side of his forearm. Um, but for some reason, this mold they decided to flare the blades outwards instead of downwards, like like this, right? This is what I'm trying to say. So the blades should be going downwards in the direction of the elbow. These ones went out towards the sides. So just applying heat to the blades and until they cool down, and then that's how they would sit. Of course, I had to do some work on covering up this portion up here, which is where the the cape attaches on the Three Jokers upper body. Um, and then also up back here, I have two plugs. So I had to cover that up. The cape is just attached directly underneath. I just made a hole to pop through the ball peg, but I have good range. It doesn't move around or anything. I mean, right? The material is from it's like that dry fit material, so it's very it has a very slick finish to it. I believe that's what's enabling this to move freely without having to tug the fabric with it. It's not a 100% match. The blues don't 100% match, but it's close enough that I thought I could use it. I actually did go out and look for fabric that matched the blue, but I just couldn't find anything close enough. So I said, well, might as well use that blue that I have on that shirt that I'm not using anymore. So I thought it was a good match. There we go. And also the other detail that this figure has that I need to mention is, of course, this figure had red eyes. I believe it was the Infected storyline, or one of those storylines where they become vampires or something like that. I believe that's what it's called. So I believe that is what this version of Batman is supposed to be, the one in the 2-pack. So he had red eyes. So obviously I just had to repaint those over white. One other detail that I should mention, it's not super noticeable, but I don't know if it's, let me see, I'm just looking it over. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring out this guy here, which is basically the same head sculpt, right? So this is on the original blue and gray, I'm sorry, black and gray Hush figure released with the 2-pack with the Hush figure. So this is the first time we saw this mold, right? So what I tried to do, and I don't know if it's noticeable, but I tried to close the jaw a little bit on this version. So I just applied heat to the face, or the lower portion of the jaw, right? I applied some heat and got the that lower portion of the sculpt a little loose, right? A little gummy. So I was able to hold down and try. What I was trying to do is close the jaw just a little bit. Um, it's not that I'm not against the screamy face. That's just indicative of the artwork of Jim Lee, right? The source material, and that's totally fine with me. That's um, but I thought just to switch it up a little bit. So instead of having one already with the angry scream face, because it's not really gritting his teeth, that was what I was trying to go for, the gritted teeth look. So that's what I was trying to apply heat to the lower jaw and shut it close and shut it to keep the teeth, instead of having the mouth open, just a little bit closer. But I think that when I'm looking at it, it still has the mouth open. I don't think it's set properly like I wanted. So it almost looks basically like the same thing. But it is possible to, reheat that portion. And if you're not into the screen face and you just prefer like a gritted teeth look, you can accomplish it. Just apply heat to that area. Now another figure that I want to bring out, almost the exact same figure, is this guy. So this is the version that came with the Spawn 2-pack. So you can see this is pretty much, it's the same mold minus the belt. But you can see it's the same. It uses the same features, right? It's got the long fins. He's got the yellow oval, except the gray. The gray on the suit is different, obviously a different head sculpt. So if you wanna attempt something like this, and if you don't have the Three Jokers mold, but you do have either the Spawn Batman and a spare Hush figure, and if you want to try something like this, you can just swap the heads, or you can use this one as well. This is a pretty fine, Batman head sculpt, in my opinion. Again, a lot of people don't like the screamy, angry face, um, and or the longer swept, backward swept ears. I just trimmed them off just a little bit myself. And if you're just handy with a paintbrush, you can just repaint the figure, to have it look something like this, or your preferred blue and gray version. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys. I had already given you guys a preview of this figure on my end of year favorite figures of 2023. I gave you a quick look of this guy. The only thing that was just missing was a cape for him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the first video of 2024. So happy New Year to everyone. I hope you all had a nice end of year celebration, and your 2024 is going good so far. And I want to thank everyone that has subscribed to the channel as of late. We are closing in on 470, and we're nearing 500. So the goal for the next few months is to try to reach 500 subscribers. The channel has been going since pandemic year, 2020. So we're going on our third year now. Again, so I appreciate everyone that has subscribed to my channel, and have commented throughout the years. Again, my goal is not to become a super mega toy customizer YouTube channel or anything like that. I just like sharing my my hobby, my passion with everyone. And I'm glad that there are others that have dug the content that I've produced. So again, I appreciate every one of you guys and gals. I don't know how many girls are watching this channel according to the metrics. I believe it's 0. But anyway, thank you everyone that has subscribed and watched, and also hopefully 2024 turns out to be another great year for toy collecting. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Hello and welcome to the channel. And today's video is going to be this look at the